All right, we're gonna finish this shit up here.
Moving on then to the next resolution, we go to 23-01-03, which is a contract modification with Connect Point, Inc. to purchase additional digital information displays and related software. Mr. General Manager.
That's equity in your community, right, Rippy? Equity in your community? Let's see. Checkpoint. Is that what she said? Let's see the equity in your community. What are they doing now? Okay. How do you, I can't seem to, okay. All right. What do we got? In 2019, TRIMET RFP to obtain new DIDs related to the software for stations, platforms, and facilities. On October 23, 2019, by Resolution 19-1088, the board authorized a 5-year, $3 million contract with Connect Point for the purchase of this hardware and its proprietary software. So they hired somebody that only could provide this from themselves. That seems brilliant. You get it from somebody who has a locked-in contract for life because it's proprietary. Right. Great. Lovely. As TriMet upgrades its DIDs, the Connect Point contract has allowed TriMet's use of a single provider to replace existing arrivals. Upon completion of the upgrade, the new system will provide real-time arrival. Yeppy doodle dee. Who fucking cares? Does it even work? Is it smashed? I don't know. However, as a new DID system has been implemented, costs associated with displays have increased. Well, how about that? Who knew that? Who knew that was going to come, right? First, where were we? First, while the RFP anticipated purchasing 2 different e-paper displays, TriMet elected to purchase only one type, which is a superior but more costly unit. Of course, you got money, you can just spend money recklessly. You got so much money, you don't even know what to do with it. In addition, unanticipated costs have been incurred due to widespread vandalism. Yeah, that's for sure. TriMet also needed to purchase 126 large screen, but the unexpected supply chain problems meant that TriMet could not obtain them. Instead, Connect Point was able to provide a substitute product, but at a higher cost, of course. Finally, TriMet will need to purchase approximately 107 more displays. So there's an extra $3 million. So they want $3 million more over the $3 million they got for the new amount of $6 million. There you go, folks. Money is no object to TriMet at all. And here's your stupid diversity nonsense. What a waste.
President Simmons, members of the
They can't get their bus drivers, but they got all this other shit and crap. It's a joke.
board. The resolution before you deals with the reader boards and display screens that TriMet has at bus stops, MAG stations, and transit centers, and more. We have identified these screens, sometime called digital information displays, or DID, as important tools in improving the customer experience.
No, you need bus drivers and MAX drivers, okay? Without that, the rest of this is a lie and bullshit. The fact that you don't have enough people to do the service should mean everything else should stop until you get that straightened out, but it hasn't. Your money is flying out the door. Yesterday it was $6 million. Now today it's another $3 million.
On our transit system, they tell you when the next bus or train will arrive, or when there's a problem. They help us connect with our riders across the 533 square mile district. Back in July of 2019, the board authorized a $3 million contract with Connect Point to purchase its proprietary digital information displays and related software, so that we could upgrade all throughout the system. Since then, we have began installing e-paper displays at many shelters and equity areas and have began replacing displays
Equity areas, Rippy, equity.
that are beyond the useful life and are failing. Because we have no other option when an older screen fails, we simply pull the screen, leaving our riders with no transit tracker information at those locations.
Yeah, there's something called the smartphone. Okay. Remember all the millions they spent on their little, what was that? The app that they were using for a while, and they just got rid of it after a couple of years after spending millions on it. What was that called? Oh, fuck, I can't remember. You know, had a little picture, a little GIF image of a bus. What the? I forget. It was before they did the New World Order shit. You know, the tracking technology.
As the pandemic set in, we've seen
Scamdemic.
Costs increase significantly due to a number of unanticipated supply chain problems.
The scamdemic was all about stealing as much money as possible. That's what it was all about. And that's what they've been doing, and they're doing it every day, and they're just getting away with it, and we're all just sitting here letting it happen. And that includes me, because I don't know what to do about it. I wish I could do something about it, but we're just watching our own destruction happen in front of our own eyes and doing nothing. And these people here are spending your tax money on all kinds of shit that really doesn't matter to you, but this is where we are.
And certain kinds of DIDs have become unavailable. We have also experienced vandalism with some of our screens, which has also affected the cost of the overall project. We have either repaired them or have pulled the screen entirely. In some cases, we've added protected coverings to them. The modification requests a contract increase of $3 million to purchase hundreds of additional display screens to replace the screens that have been tied up in the supply chain issues which come at a higher cost, and also to allow us to continue with the system-wide upgrade on our obsolete DIDs and the related software. The cost of the digital displays are budgeted as part of the Public Affairs Division annual capital budget. Connect Point is based out of California and has 16 employees. 19% of the workforce identifies as minority, and 19% identifies as female.
Well, that's not enough. So the majority are white males, in other words. Well, you got to get rid of them right now. This is not a minority business. This is a white-owned business. What are you doing business with them for? After all, you got to do all the money with minority-owned business. This one is not one of them.
Without this contract increase, we will be unable to complete our transition to the new system that was previously.
But remember, we're facing the fiscal cliff, everybody. If we don't raise your 30 cents, we're facing the fiscal cliff. But here's an extra $6 million here. No problem. Here you go. Take it. Fiscal cliff. Here, we're gonna get these new screens here. Fiscal cliff.
Previously approved. It will also mean that we will simply begin pulling screens that failed throughout the system, leaving our riders without arrival information. We will need to go through this procurement process again, which will take months if need be. But
what are you talking about? It will take months. I just read the thing. You approve it and it goes. You telling me you're going to approve it and then somewhere down like a year later they might have the equipment? Is that what you're doing here?
Your approval of the resolution is recommended.
Thank you, General Manager Dessou. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved. Kim?
Thank you, Director Kim. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Director Gonzalez. It's been moved and seconded. Does anyone have wish to make any comments? Director Way?
Yes, thank you. I do have a question. I think this upgrade is great and sounds like it's much needed. I am just wondering with the software upgrade and getting new monitors up, will there be an opportunity for TRIMET, and maybe we have it now, to include different languages to also pop up on the screen for some of the equity considerations that General Manager DeC was mentioning?
That's a great question, something we can work through with our purveyor. I don't see a reason that we couldn't put a different language on the screen. We haven't explored that yet, but it's a great idea.
We have not explored that yet. Great idea.
And something that we should look into.
Yeah, that would be great,
There's Renetta.
especially if it's, isn't going to cost us extra to do that.
Well, it doesn't matter how much it costs. You got unlimited money over there. What are you talking about?
Absolutely.
Any other comments? Hearing none, seeing none?
Okay.
I'm going to call for the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. The motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, had enough. I can only take this in small doses.